2, 3, 4. Places, almost time for places. Thank you, 5.
5 minutes to places.
Thank you, 5.
Thank you, 5. So, Mariah.
Hi, Tammy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
Hey, listen, I've been meaning to ask you, do you remember your first artistic experience?
Is that code?
No, I mean, for real. Oh, for what?
I don't know. Gosh.
Like your first
Ow.
time? Do you remember your first time?
Gosh. Well, my first artistic experience.
Like the one that was like, yeah, this is it. I want to do this.
Oh, well, gosh. It wasn't really theater. It was,
Okay.
Yeah. I had an art teacher in the 3rd grade who I loved. And my mom got me like lessons with her after school. Her name was Mrs. Lahamadou. She was Hawaiian, which I thought was amazing. And she taught at our school, but also I got to have one-on-one art lessons with her. And I always liked art, but my mother, got me these lessons. And I remember like one of the first assignments, she had me copying a picture out of a magazine. And in order to actually copy it, and it was like a circus magazine with like an elephant balancing on a ball, she turned the picture upside down and said, now draw it. And it's a silly thing, right? It's like the tiniest little thing, but I was such a rule follower. I wanted to get everything so right, so perfect. And like to have someone literally turn it upside down. And then I did it. And, and it came out and it wasn't perfect, but it was super interesting and fun. And I feel like that was the first time that like somebody invited me to look at the world as an artist. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's real by literally turning it upside down for you, turning it over.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, that was your first, and then when did theater come into your life?
Yeah, oh gosh. Well, the true story is that I used to, as a little kid, audition for commercials, like television commercials.
Oh,
and
yeah?
I was really not good at it and like very nervous and never booked anything, but kept trying. And then I got to do The Wizard of Oz. And, there's those shows that follow us around. Like as an adult, the show that follows me around is Hedda Gabler. But as a kid, it was Wizard of Oz. And I've done it several times. And I remember being backstage and it was like a long day of tech and I was tired. I think I like fell asleep in the green room, and I just felt so at home. I felt like I had found my people. So that was 6th grade.
Wow.
That was definitely formative. Yeah.
What did you play in The Wizard of Oz?
Dorothy. I played Dorothy.
You played Dorothy?
A dream, right? Who gets to play Dorothy? Come on.
Oh,
Yeah,
as a
it was awesome.
grader?
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, well, I remember, no one's ever asked me this before. I remember, I was in kindergarten. Mm-hmm. And I have actually a picture and I was a mouse. I don't really remember it, but I do remember being in the outfit.
Yeah.
But what I remember is most of my early memories of theater are being an audience member. Mm-hmm. And I remember being in the gym of the school. And I have a picture of this also as an audience member. And I remember these 2 kids on stage and they were in front of a cardboard car. They like held the car that was like a cutout like car and they were sitting on chairs and they were inside this car. And I was like, I want to be in that car. And they were like doing the like car movement of like bouncing up and down. And I was like, why can't I be in that car? I want to be in that car. And I loved performance. I was always performing and I loved performance. And then I remember being in the 4th grade and I saw my first professional play.
Yeah.
It was The Effects of Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon Marigold.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
The Cleveland Playhouse. And it was like my life was on stage because it was a mom and her 2 daughters and that was my family. And I'd never seen pain represented in a story like that where people were watching it. Pain to me was something that you hid, and I just remember feeling like the whole magic and ritual of the velvet seats and the big curtain and the lights and the orchestra and everything was magical and transported me. But most of all, I saw adults on stage and I thought, oh, this is not just for kids. I could do this. And so it was over, it was like over right then. That was it.
Yeah.
I never thought about anything else, never attempted anything else, only wanted this. That was it.
Oh my gosh. It's so true. Seeing things I remember seeing Charlotte's Web as a little kid and having my mind blown, cried and cried and cried. But as a middle schooler, I got to see Raisin in the Sun. And I remember when the actors came out afterwards, I mean, I'd been like captivated by the story. And then when the actors came out and they were like real people, chilling, normal people. Yeah. That was a magical transformation.
So that was like, both of us have these formative experiences as very young people. We're not young people anymore, but we're still, well, I guess I'm not, but we're young, but we're still here. We're still in it. So what keeps you here? What inspires you?
Oh, that's such a sweet question. Well, gosh, you kind of said it, like, I think what really inspires me is courage. You know what I mean? And not like superhero courage, but like everyday courage. Like the people who like get up every day and they know the day's going to be hard and they get up anyway and they put a smile on their face and they make breakfast for that person that they love and like just go to it. And I think we do that. I watch people do that all the time in the theater where on stage or in the writing or like in making the like risky decision to expose their emotion or their secrets or their truth, right? That they have this like moment of like real authentic human courage. And like when you said like pain on stage, like it costs you something to be on stage and I feel like it costs you something these days just to get up and go about your business, sort of,
Just to live, just to be human, right?
Yeah. So I'm inspired by that. Yeah. I'm inspired by courage and kindness. I had a mentor once say that joy was a radical act.
These days.
Yeah. And I really try to live in that.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, I don't know. I think it's such a privilege to be on stage, to be able to perform. The cost of it feels right in some way, like to move people, to connect with people, to be able to do that and have their attention.
Yes.
That's a gift to have someone's attention. It's a gift, right? and that doesn't come for free.
Yeah.
Is there a project that you're a dream project, something that you have to do before it's all over?
Oh my God. I've gotten to do a lot of them, actually. Yeah. As an actor, I sort of have gotten to do all my dream projects. Like I can set that aside, but gosh, I just moved to Polish Hill and I like love it up here. It's like my neighbors are right on top of me, but like they're like lovely people and we're all in these like adorable little houses, and a lot of them have these back decks. These like multiple back decks, or porches, and they're in various states of repair or disrepair. And I just keep thinking about doing like a backyard streetcar named Desire, with the neighbors downstairs, and the sound of the trolley and the woman selling flowers. Like they're like the neighborhood is such a character in that play. And I can just see it staged, I can see it staged and running down the stairs, and that you could do it outside and the audience could be like in the backyard, witnessing it. That would definitely be a dream project.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mariah!
I've always depended on the kindness.
Oh my.
Young
man. Young.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, I hear that.
Yeah.
So like, what stops you from just doing that? What are the barriers you face as an artist?
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, these days, since that I am not really a young person anymore,
Mm,
I really feel like my job is to be in service, you know,
mm, yeah.
and to be in service of other artists or to be in service of like the bigger idea of like what theater can do doesn't always leave a lot of space for, personal projects or something.
Yeah.
But I would say that my biggest barrier to, my own artistic work is yes, part of my job is being of service, but I mean, as people who make theater, I feel like our job is like connecting to wonder, like
Mm,
not forgetting that like being human is magical and complex and crazy, and
mm,
that we can distill that.
mm,
And it's like when I get in the day to day, or I get on the to do list, or I get in the like, what's
yeah.
the next project and what needs to happen,
Mm,
I can
mhm,
get really disconnected to that sense of wonder,
yeah.
and that's a killer when that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
How about you?
That barrier of not being able to be present, of
Hmm.
being either in the future or the past. That's a real barrier to not be here right now, because this is all we have, like
Yeah,
just right now. And the answer is here if we could just stay here and stay quiet long enough, you know?
I do. I do. And it's funny, the theater, I think that's one of the reasons that I love theater, I love going to theater is, when the lights go down, I always swore to myself that if I ever stopped having this feeling, I would find something else to do. But like every time I'm at the theater and the lights go down, it doesn't matter where I am or what theater I'm in, I feel like anything could
Yeah.
happen, right? Like I feel like super present in that moment.
Yeah.
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 And yeah, that's a super gift.
That
But
magic. That magic.
yeah.
And I guess the barrier right now for me is that inability to gather closely, because I need that. I need,
Mhm.
this is, you know, something, but there's nothing like it's all been about the presence in the room. Always. Whether it's the rehearsal room, which I love, or just backstage in the wings, listening to everybody coming in and sitting down and their excitement. Like there's nothing like that. And you have to be in the moment when you're on stage.
That's right.
You have to be with the person that's across from you and be vulnerable and share with them and invite everybody. It's so powerful and so transformative. Like I want to come back together. I want to come and be with people, and I'm missing that. And it's the first time in my life, in my entire, career, since the first time I stepped on stage when I was 2 years old.
Mm.
This is not available for me. And it's been rough to figure out how to fill that void that it's been left. So that's my barrier. But
I feel
you
you.
know, we go on, right?
Yeah. Early on in the pandemic, I got to work with one of my art heroes, Ellen McLaughlin. And we were talking about it then, what you're describing, that as humans, when things go wrong or when we feel like we're in danger, we gather.
Right.
We come together, we get closer. And to not be able to do that
Yeah.
right now, I do feel like this, missing that energy so much, missing that connection, but a little untethered
Yeah.
to not be able to gather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who is inspiring you right now? Like, who are you into? Whose work is like giving you something to hang on to?
Well, I'm doing a lot of reading. So I'm very inspired by writers right now, and that has been a silver lining to the pandemic.
Yeah.
I've been reading Zadie Smith. She just wrote a collection of essays during the quarantine, which are so interesting. She's such a great thinker and so tender. Yeah, and I am getting to work with artists a little bit during this time, and it makes me think of that Yoko Ono quote. I wish I knew more about the context, but once Yoko Ono was asked like what artists inspire you, and she was like, every artist inspires me. Anybody who's making work, anybody who is like daring to do that inspires me.
That's right.
And I feel that. Yeah. Yeah. But writers for sure. I'm watching a lot of television.
You know.
So that's inspiring me.
There's good artists there, I hear.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Places.
It's showtime.
Oh, let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, sister. Break a leg.
Thanks. See you out there.
You on the boards.